Welcome to the Phoenix music scene on the YetiRadio.com. The Yeti Radio, powered by DavidLeeImaging.com.
It's alive!
The Yeti.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to YetiRadio.com, live on Twitch, YouTube, and Live 365, and a host of other platforms listed on the YetiRadio.com. Tonight we've got Lord Terry Babicz and Mr. Brandon Gaddy live in the studio for an interview. We're going to start it off with a song called Rage from Test Human right here on the Yeti Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Terry Babicz and Mr. Brandon Gaddy right here live in the studio. Forgot to hit pause.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
What's happening out there, Yeti Radio fans and listeners?
How's everybody tonight?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Lord, you've been here before. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Brandon, your first time. Welcome.
Yeah,
Glad to have you. So that was Rage, and
Yes.
I hear Rage is possibly up for a Grammy.
Yes. I heard the news a couple months back that maybe about a month or two ago. Yeah, we were submitted by our record company for Rage to be considered for a Grammy, and qualified. Got to the next round of voting for consideration. I know the Grammy released their nominees, but they didn't release every single category.
Right.
I heard it passed to the nomination spot, but I have no idea of what category or anything. There's a lot of things going in background with the record label, so I just don't know yet. So even if it didn't get there, though, if it just hitting being considered is just such an honor.
Yeah, being in the radar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was the first song I wrote with Test Human last fall, and to come a year later and all of a sudden like, oh yeah, you're in consideration. It's like, whoa, that was a song Roland and I literally just improvised off the cuff,
Right.
So it's just crazy. Yeah,
for it to take off like that, it's crazy.
Right? Yeah. It's just it is. It's amazing. It's very humbling too. Very humbling.
Awesome. Well, and nominations are what, 4? Four people in the nomination for the actual Grammy.
Yeah.
Typically.
I honestly I don't know all the background on it. It just has to be, I know it starts that it's got to get submitted.
Right.
And then when it's submitted, it goes through a round of votes from people in the industry. And then it goes into the next round, which is the consideration, right?
Okay.
And then they vote again, and then it gets up to the nominees, and then that's when everything's televised, and they announce.
Then you're dressing sexy and going to
right,
going to the venue,
right? And then you find out you lose to Jethro Tull.
Right. Hey,
yes.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. You just knowing, because winning a Grammy is one thing,
right? Being
nominated,
right?
It's like the guy standing on the pedestal with the third place medal around his neck going, yeah!
Exactly.
And the first place is going, huh?
Right? Yeah, exactly. Like for me, I feel like I'm I'm the guy that kind of like won the ticket to get into, the big event. It's kind of like how I feel like, wow, I can't believe, people recognize my stuff and think I belong with, everyone else here. So it's your Wonka golden ticket.
Pretty
much, yeah. That's pretty much the feeling, It's just, again, it's just something that I always dreamt of, getting some kind of validation. It's crazy.
Validation or recognition sounds like a new title for a song.
Right? Yeah.
So, what else has been going on since last time you were here?
It's so I got 2 projects going on. I've got Test Human, and then I've got my solo career, right? Lord Terry Babbick. So Test Human's basically been on a break since late February. We recorded some songs, and then our drummer Roland, he's been touring with Fishbone, a couple other bands here and there, and while he's been out, Sean, the singer from Test Human, he's very adamant where he doesn't want to just put in replacement players just to keep a tour going or to start a tour or anything like that.
Right.
Very adamant. He loves the people who are in place now. So he's like, nope, we're not doing anything without Roland. So we got to wait for him to finish up everything, and then we can plan our next move. So while Test Human's been on a hiatus, I figured, all right, this is gonna be a good time to kick the solo stuff up and try to play some more shows, get some recording done.
Right.
So that's kind of what we've been focusing on, is just locking down our songs that we have in the in the hopper right now, and then getting them recorded.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on right now. I just released a single for an upcoming EP. Finishing up another song that we recorded at the same time, and then I'll probably put a couple old ones from the vault, right? Maybe a couple live ones or something. I'll try to get mastered and stuff, and then if I can get another 1 or 2 songs in there, I will. Otherwise, it'll just be like a short 4-song, 5-song EP or something.
Okay,
that's the plan. That's the plan right now.
Yeah, sounds like a great plan. And Brandon, your drummer, and joining us.
Thank you.
I get to beat you up now with all the questions that I beat him up with the first time.
Right. Yeah.
So has it always been drums?
No, not typically. I mean, I started picking up guitar here and there, and recently I become more serious about the guitar.
Okay.
Just feel more inspired lately. Just all around, I've been so gung-ho. Music is life. I feel that no matter where you're at in life, music is going to bring you home,
Absolutely.
That's why creating is so important. Releasing these tracks is so important. I was thinking the other day, man, it's been, 3 or 4 years in developing this Monk of Chunk song?
Yeah.
Going back into it?
Yeah. It was, it just started off as a jam at an open mic. We really started coming together, playing together, doing open mics at the Starlight Lounge in Glendale.
Right.
And the Monk of Chunk was really just a jam song. It was a 2-riff song. We jam on it and just kind of like see where it went. And it always felt good to us. So the final version that you're going to hear tonight, we'd laid down the foundation over the last couple of years of us jamming it, and then we kind of put that down, but put it in a little bit of a neater package. And then when I got that home to start actually laying the guitars down, so when we recorded it, it was just him and then me on bass. So that way we had the good foundation of the rhythm. I take that home, and then at home I laid down all the guitars. But as I was laying them down, certain things were popping out in my head, like, wait a minute, I could put a melody here. I could shorten this section of what I used to just solo all over. I could shorten that, throw a melody in, put a solo, things like that. Oh, wait a minute, I want an intro, right? So let me chop up the beginning a little bit, and it just kind of evolved into what you're going to hear tonight. And I think
awesome.
It came a long way from what we were playing to what we laid down as the foundation of what we recorded to the end product, and I'm very happy with it. I really am.
Oh yeah,
awesome!
I'm so stoked about it. I mean, you can find the original first one I put out. It was I think recorded on a live through the Starlight on a drum feed I was doing, and that goes back, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. You listen to that, the one in Texas we did, and a few other ones that are out there. And we played Kush Stock. That's another one that was recorded. So, I mean, you can hear all the different versions.
You can hear, it's like an evolution, right, of this jam song that, I don't know, it's just, just the way this improv jam kind of we shaped it into something, It's just, I was very proud of it.
Awesome. Well, Brandon, I've got to see you at the Starlight a few times with the Lord and filling in for another band or two. And it's always fun to watch you play because drums is one of my personal preferred beat on things.
Thank you.
I could never get my feet and my hands together. So being a drummer didn't come around, but it happens. But I enjoy watching, and you put on a really good show back there behind the skins.
Thank you. I try to give it my all, and my philosophy is like, people are paying to see you. You're an entertainer. Give them a bang for their buck. You don't have to do cartwheels. You don't have to do a juggling act. But if you're feeling the music, so should they. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. That's it. I totally agree with you on that one, 1,000%. So where's your favorite place to play locally?
Locally, I played Marquee Theater. That's a great favorite of mine. I look forward to playing there another time in the future. I really like playing the 44. Great upgraded sound system. They always treat us well. Even Starlight Lounge is another one of our favorites, Just it feels like home when you get up there, do your thing, and it's about the people also. That's the front of house and the connection with the bartenders, and you feel a sense of home, committed to your community. And the blues bar, it's so small, but I do like playing there too,
Okay.
For an intimate setting, and every single time we get a chance to play, it's just like this big ball of excitement, and I can't wait to do it again. I told Terry, I said, man, we just got done playing Hollywood, and like, we got to play another show soon because I got that itch, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. And thank you for enjoying some of the stuff on the west side, because west side doesn't get a whole lot of attention. And us over here on the west side, we got to drive 40 miles to get anywhere.
Right.
And to get to any of the shows. So Marquis not 40, but it's a little bit of a stretch, but definitely. But if you could play anywhere in the world, like let's say I won one of them stupid lotteries, and I'm going to take 4 bands. You're one of them.
Yeah, there you go.
Where are we going?
I've always wanted to basically play in like New York, or even like a House of Blues or a Hard Rock Cafe. You know, it could be anywhere in the world. You know, that's something that's attracted to me, you know.
Okay.
Like growing up, you passed the Hard Rock Cafe when you were a little kid. You're like,
right.
Rock and roll memorabilia. This is cool, you know. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I could just look at the walls all day long.
Well,
know?
20 years ago, I worked at Mandalay Bay, and so
Nice.
I know the House of Blues
Wow.
quite well. So, yeah, definitely. It's a great venue.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, definitely. So, how long have you been playing music?
I've been playing since 6th grade,
Okay.
and I kind of sucked at reading sheet music. So then after my parents got me a snare drum, my brother bought me my first drum kit, and then we started playing Metallica songs. We learned a lot of Metallica, and then it kind of helped when I got together with Terry, you know. We started doing Metallica, Seek and Destroy, and stuff like that, and it was just the memory, you know, of getting back in there again, and it's been evolving, so I want to say probably about 28 years
Okay.
music
Awesome.
experience, you know, and I feel kind of old saying that, but I mean, start young, and you know, I wish I knew things back then of what I know now, you know.
Right.
Nowadays you can be your own record label, do your own thing, and you don't need a big Capitol Records or anybody fancy name, you know,
Right.
to pull you. You're your own person, you know.
Yeah, you can be your own driver for sure.
Basically, it's fun running all the social media for, you know, Terry and Test Human and, you know, Diamond Cut Drums. You know, it's fun to me.
Right.
It gives me something important to look forward to. I connect with fans. There's many drummers that are like, man, you got that snare drum, you know, and you know, so they see the iconic piece and they're like, yeah, I want one too.
Right.
So I mean,
Guaranteed.
If anyone doesn't know, I'm endorsed by Diamond Cut Drums. They build custom drums and get you one. You know, it's fun.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's you know, that snare, I put it a little bit higher in the mix because when I was dialing in, you know, the tone for the Monk of Chunk, man, that thing just a crack on that. I'm like, that needs to shine in this track because it drives it. It just, man, if I bring it down just a little bit in the mix, woo, it's missing. You know, you
Right.
feel like something's missing,
Yeah.
and it's definitely that snare just
Unique.
it sings. Yeah,
Yeah, unique in its own way.
right.
Without it, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
It's not gonna feel the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna interrupt. We're gonna go and do the intermission
There we go.
because I think if we talk too much more about the Monk of Chunk, that, they're gonna get disappointed when I do the intermission. And it's not
Right.
Monk of Chunk. So here's Desolation of Creation with Test Human and the Lord Terry Babbiks right here on the Yeti Radio. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Death Pushing blood, soaked with blood. You stole away all my love. Time is changing, clock is turning. Whole world, leave it burning. Crushing skulls underfoot. You brought it on. Push your luck. Save the tears, save the prayers. You brought it on from yesteryear. No retreat till you disappear. Crushing lungs to steal your air.
The ashes fall like tears of rain. Wash my pain away.
Wash my pain away. In the water, we rain. Hands down, almost died. Pushing blood, soaked with blood. You stole away all my love. Pouring hate to all ahead. Bury axes in your head. Pouring hate to all ahead. Bury axes in your head. In the water, we ride. Hands down, almost died. Pushing blood, soaked with blood. You stole away all my love.
Back in the studio with Lord Terry Babicz and Brandon Gaddy. That was the Lord with Test Human and Desolation of Creation.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that track. Yeah.
Very awesome, very powerful.
Right, thank
Yeah,
you.
these guys are, you guys are very, very, very strong band.
Yeah, yeah, that was oh man, that was a great day in the studio. But yeah, that's my goal, is to write more like that with Test Human. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Just nice, heavy, powerful, punch in the face.
Yeah, definitely. So now we can let's see. Yeah, you were just in Hollywood, right?
Yep. Yeah, we just Brandon and I just played at the Whiskey Go Go September?
Yep, September 15th, opening
Okay.
for Josie Scott, original of Saliva.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh man, that was a fun show.
I bet.
That was a really
It
fun
had
show.
to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and even hanging out, Brandon hung out with Josie way more than I did, but yeah, just being able to talk to him for a couple minutes is really cool, and it was a great crowd. Oh my god, that was a great crowd.
Oh yeah,
They were real receptive to us, what we did, having Tanya Derry come in and do a couple songs with us and kind of close out our set. Oh yeah, that was a home run for sure.
Well, I'm just looking up another quick question, okay? Because that was a Friday night.
Yeah.
So is any night at the Whiskey a good night? I think when I get to go next month, I think it's going to be I think it's a Thursday night. So
I can't say that there's really a bad night at the Whiskey, just because it's such an iconic place that people go there just to check it out, right? Like they kind of got the venue itself has its own fan base,
right?
You know, so even if you go there for like local band night or something, you know, it's always a good time. But if you want to, you know, if you more want to go to just like the night that's gonna be over the top, like think of like the holidays and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, instead of just like, you know, I can't wait for this band to play that band. The holidays, they usually have like real kick-ass shows.
Yeah. So weekdays aren't dead, but they're not weekend days.
Well, yeah.
But it's still a good crowd.
But it's still a good crowd, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They also have a thing called Ultimate Jam Night. So if you can attend one of those, it's a packed house.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Yeah, tell them who or what you're going to see on the jam night.
Yeah, and those jam nights, you know, celebrities could be walking up there, and you just never know, right? Could be like anybody who lives in California. They could just be cruising down to LA for whatever reason, and you know, I'll just go up there and play a song, you know.
Actually, last night I thought that had he showed up early enough, I think that might have happened with Alex Kane.
Oh, really?
He showed up, but he missed 10 Cent.
Okay.
While they were on stage, so I was like, I heard a rumor that might happen. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool,
right?
Yeah. An impromptu jam session. So
yeah,
that would definitely be pretty awesome.
Heck yeah.
Hey, anybody ever showed up and wanted to come up on stage while you were there and jam with you?
That actually happened when we were on tour with Test Human. What was his name? He sung "Seek and Destroy."
Oh,
from
Chris.
Green Jello.
Chris Lorraine.
Yeah.
He came up and sang "Seek and Destroy."
Okay.
He asked me in the green room, you know. I can't remember if he just like straight up asked, like, "Hey, what are you playing tonight? Are you gonna play in Metallica or something like that?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna play "Seek and Destroy." Can I sing it? If you want. I'm like, "Do you know all the lyrics?" Yeah. Okay. Well, when we start playing it, just come up on stage. All right. And he did, and he fucking knocked it out of the park.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
yeah. That was, and then, man, I keep wanting to say like somebody else, but it was more on the Test Human stuff. But
Lou and RJ played with you.
Yeah. It was, playing when I first joined Test Human. On drums and bass were two of the classic members from Suicidal Tendencies.
Okay.
RJ Herrera on drums, and then Louicidal on bass. You know, that was surreal, right?
Right.
Growing up listening to Suicidal, and then all of a sudden I'm in a band with like two of the most kick-ass members.
Right.
You know, it's just like, wow. Yeah.
I have their Dixon flannel.
Nice. Yeah.
No, sorry for the name drop. But back
he is looking for sponsors, Dixon.
Yeah, absolutely. Hashtag Dixon. So the Monk of Chunk. I keep not just you, but a lot of other people. There's music way back here.
Yeah.
And then it finally makes its way, and again, the more interviews I do, the more I learn, and it's all about the people that are in it, and the timing and the chemistry and all of it, and it's starting to paint more of a picture.
Okay.
I'm hoping anybody else that sees these interviews realizes that that's one of the things I'm trying to draw out of you guys is your chemistry and the timing that it takes for a song that's been sitting there for 3 or 4 years, it's just been a jam song, and you finally hit that one chord or one thing that clicked, and boom, now it's here in full effect. So keep hearing that story over and over again is awesome. So tell more about it, because I can't wait to hear it.
Okay. So a couple years ago, back in 2021, I was going through a rough time, life-changing events going on, and I needed to get back into music full force because I had pulled away, trying to focus on other personal things. And at the Starlight, they're like, "Hey, we're starting up an open mic." So I asked Brandon. I don't even remember how that came up, but got a hold of Brandon. "Hey, you down to jam at open mic?" All right, sure. And we were just opening jam, and we were just having fun. Right. Hey, do you know this cover? You know this cover? You know this cover? I don't know. Let's try it. And we basically had the run of the open mic because nobody was there doing it or anything. So we just kind of treated it like practice, and they literally didn't. They just let us have the stage. You know what I mean? And we were having fun, and soon enough, we started drawing a crowd. People were hearing about it. "Oh man, you guys got to check these guys out." We had no idea until other musicians started showing up, and they were asking us, "Oh, hey man, I heard this is a really cool, open mic. It's got really cool musicians playing and stuff like that." And we're looking at each other like, we're the only two that have been here consistently week after week for like a month. Like, they got to be talking about us because it's just been us.
Right.
So out of that, we just came up with Monka Chunk. Like, I just started riffing. He started playing along. And we just basically pieced it together at the Starlight Lounge. That's where we got the foundation for this song. And then I've been keeping it loose so that way we can shorten it or extend it as we need it to fill out our sets.
Right.
Right? If we got booked for a show and we didn't have enough time to learn an extra song, screw it. We're making Monka Chunk a little bit longer. We got 8 minutes to fill. Right. We're gonna play for 6 minutes and just leave 2 minutes early, and pack up 2 minutes early and whatever. No big deal.
Because you don't want to give up the whole 8 minutes.
Well, and plus it's better to be slightly under than go over and screw the next person up on their set, right? Because then that time's gonna be deducted from their set. So I'd rather eat it on mine than steal it from someone else.
Right, absolutely.
So with that, right, because we've been kind of playing around with it, we got really tight on it, like really tight. We were able to sense changes and everything else like that. So when finally we get this break this year of all the shows and touring and everything like that, finally he's like, all right, we got to record this thing already. We got to just lock this down already. So that's what Brandon and I did. We went in, we had a couple practice sessions, decided, okay, we're going to play this part so many times, this part so many times. It's going to flip-flop back and forth a couple times, things like that. We got the arrangement down, and then I booked the studio at Band Oasis, right? Or everybody just goes to rehearse. I'm going to bring in my equipment, hook everything up. I had all the mics, everything, hook it all up, and then just me and him. I'm on bass, on headphones. I'm not even live, like with an amp. Just plug straight into the board, headphones. He's all live, of course, right? Drum mics. And we just probably did 7 or 8 takes. I took the strongest one with the drums and bass, the tightest one, and then I spent maybe a couple weeks just kind of absorbing it a little bit, and then I started layering my guitars on it. And the more I put, the more I was trying to track the guitars on, I found different things in how we played it to where it inspired me to come up with certain melodies and things like that, and then the solos that you're going to hear on it. That was another thing where it's just I didn't want to quite rush the solos to make it just sound like, you know, absolute gibberish. So we got sound effects in the background if you guys can hear it.
Somebody said working from home was fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyways, you know, just I threw the solos down, and, you know, even that, it took me days to kind of finalize what I wanted on it, because guess what? I'm going to have to learn this if we're going to play this live. So,
right.
You know, yeah. So it had to be cohesive and all that stuff. And, yeah, and then even in the beginning, we didn't play it as many times as we were supposed to. So it's kind of like one of those things where, you know, like if you're making food or something like that, you use a little less of this or a little bit too much of that, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, I didn't expect this, but wow, that's a happy surprise. I'm glad of that. So the intro, I was almost going to scrap it, but then I thought, I could turn this into an intro, like a real intro, with like almost like a concept, and that's what I had behind it. And I've been calling it the Monk of Chunk just because the song's so chunky, right? So I just imagine it's like there's this instead of like a martial arts monk, it's a monk of like metal chunking, right? You know, he's gonna destroy you with how you know metal he is, right? So that's where I had the visualization for the intro, was like this monk of metal chunking got pissed off, and now he's gonna just wipe everything out.
That answered that question. So what does Monk of Chunk mean? There you have it.
There you go. That's it.
And I have to. I totally vibe where you're going with it, because I cook.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have a homemade marinade.
There you go. Yeah.
Is great every single time, but it's never the same.
That's it.
And my Mrs. Yeti can attest to that. I think that's one of the reasons she married me.
There you go.
Because the Yeti can cook. So
right. That's what an artist does.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Awesome. You got anything coming up? When's the EP roughly due to come out?
So the EP, it's going to be called Death of a Scalesman. I'm using the album cover. I'm using a local artist, Chris Sahona.
Okay.
She made this absolutely gorgeous painting for me last year. I was really planning to have all of this done at the beginning of the year, but then test humid stuff happened, and then things got jostled around, pushed around, stuff like that. So here we are. Right now, I still have some more tracking to do on a song called Oasis of the Shred. I've had it released earlier as like a short 30-second little ditty, but this time it's going to be more of a full song, like, I don't know where it tracks out, like maybe 4 minutes or so. But I gotta finish. All I gotta do on that one is finish out the solo, mix it, master it, and then a couple more songs. If I can write another song or two, get in there. My plan is to get the whole thing, the EP, released by the end of the year. Okay. Hopefully by Christmas. That's the plan. Just depends on my schedule, you know.
Right, absolutely. Right. You got anything live coming up between now and the EP coming out?
With Test Human, I'm scheduled to play December 2nd and 3rd for Distro Fest 2 in Atlantic City at the, was it Caesars?
Yep, Caesars
Palace, Atlantic City. That's
nice.
what's scheduled right now.
Okay.
So, but you know, schedules can change. Who knows?
Of course.
Other than that, we're kind of taking a little bit of a break. We're more trying to set things up for next year.
Okay.
You know, I doubt anybody's going to need anybody for shows right now, unless it's some kind of like somebody dropped out of something.
Right.
But we're more looking to set up shows for next year.
Okay.
And then as far as like me with Test Human, it's kind of like the same. It's kind of like the same boat where I'm waiting to see if Sean's got us set up for any touring or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Test Human takes precedence and
Yeah.
keeps moving
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
and-
That's the priority. That's Test Humans. That's the flagship for right now. Lord Terry Babicz is just kind of like a passion project.
Right, okay.
So it's something I work on when I'm not working full on with Test Human. Anytime I get lulls, I'm working on my stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, make sure you let us know whenever you got something
Absolutely.
in town and put it out there and get to come check it out and hear some of the new music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look forward to it.
Also, follow all of the Facebook groups: Lord Terry Baptist Group, Brandon Gaddy Drummer Group, Test Human Official Group, Diamond Cut Group. Whatever it is that you want to follow, you can find all the shows happening.
Yeah, that's a
Awesome.
good point too.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you don't have anything else, we'll go ahead and get to the Monk of Chunk.
That's right.
All right, let's
Right
do
here.
it.
Check it out, Yeti. All you fans out there, wait, because it's about to drop.
Right here on the Yeti Radio, it's Monk of Chunk with Lord Terry Babicz and Mr. Brandon Gaddy. Yikes. Lord Terry Babicz and Mr. Brandon Gaddy, live right here in the Yeti studio. I want to thank you guys for coming.
Thank you very much for having us.
Appreciate you hanging out. It's always fun. Always
Yes,
a
it
blast.
Yes, thank you.
And anytime you want to
Thank you very much.
do this, hit me up. We'll get something scheduled and have all sorts of fun with it. And,
All right.
especially when there's new music, because that's always fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because we were just talking.
I'll definitely let you know when the EP's done. We'll come back on.
Absolutely. We'll sit here and play the whole thing.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for joining me, and thanks everybody out there for tuning in and hanging out with us over on Twitch, YouTube, and let's see real quick if no, we didn't have anybody join us on Live 365, so that's okay. We'll get it next time right here on the Yeti Radio. Lord Terry Babicz and Brandon Gaddy. Peace out.
Peace.
Can you dig it?
The Yeti.
Can you dig it?
Yeti.
Can you dig it?
Yeti.
We can all be quiet and peaceable and have a few beers together and listen to the music.
The Yeti. You're rocking with the Yeti.
I think this guy's a couple cans short of a six-pack.
The hairiest rocker on the planet.
Yes!